Well, hi there once again, and welcome back to the National Stadium at Providence in Guyana. And welcome to Trinidad and Tobago versus the Leeward Islands in their round 3 match of CG Women's T20 Blaze T20 Championships 2022. My name is John Ramsing, and certainly a pleasure to be with you once again as we bring you an exciting match on the lights. The first of the day on the lights. 2 matches completed earlier today, and now we're ready for the evening match. And they say whenever the night sky is out, the stars will come out to play. And tonight the stars are coming out from the Leeward Islands and the Trinidad and Tobago side. Earlier we had the toss, and the toss was won by Leeward Islands, and they have made some changes to their playing 11, and they'll be having a bowl first, and debut handed to Jennison Richards and Arshina Freeman. So a new look Leeward Island side taking the field first. It means Trinidad and Tobago will have a bat. Trinidad and Tobago looking for points. They got 2 from a rained out game against Guyana in round 2. The Leeward Islands lost all 3 of their encounters so far. All 2 of their encounters so far as we get ready for round 3. It will be a crucial toss, and like I said, it was won by the Leeward Islands. With me is former Guyana, former West Indies off spinner, Mr. Clyde Butts. Hello, Clyde. Good night. Welcome to round 3, match number 3.
Good night to you, John. Yes, round 3, match number 3. I notice you're starting to rhyme at this time, John. You just said the stars come out in the night, so we'll just have to wait for the stars to pitch.
And umpire Jacqueline Williams signaling to the scorers that she is ready. But there's a formality that we're seeing. We're noticing that is very consistent before these matches, and the players, officials, and everyone involved taking the knee to signal their support for equality across all race, all creed, all class in sports. So players from both sides and the officials taking that knee. No to anything that will put anyone superior to the next. So we're ready. But clearly taking a knee is something we've seen throughout the tournament. It's a good initiative, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a great initiative, and it's something that is going on all around the world. It's, well, most parts of the world, let me say, because I might have to be careful when I say all around, but most parts of the world it's good. That we should be that way. But this should be an interesting game as well tonight. I think, like you said earlier, Trinidad and Tobago has only got 2 points from a rain-out game. The Leewards hasn't any points, and they would be thinking that they need to at least get a couple of points in this game, as we're going to see the first ball being bowled.
Well, Tiffany Thorpe delivers down the leg side, taking strike for Trinidad and Tobago is Rennie's Boys. Rennie's Boys is a wicket-keeper batsman, batter, taking for strike, and she has with her Rachel Vincent tonight, start of the batting. So Trinidad and Tobago tonight, Anissa Mohammed captain, Rennie's Boys, Rachel Vincent, Brittany Cooper, the Jimber Joseph, Chanel Lord, Leanne Kirby, Karishma Ramharak, Kamara Ragobir, Anna Marie Pereira, and Steffi Sugrim. Not playing tonight, Kirbyana Alexander, Leandro Ramdeen, and Kanisha Isaac. And it looks as if it's a debut for Chanel Lord. We saw a cap presentation just before players took the field, and after that wide. Thorpe has settled in on a nice line so far.
Yeah, we did see one of the deliveries that she bowled that was pitched up to seems to be swinging a little. And I mean, that's a good sign that she's going to get any swing. You normally get swing with a new white ball.
And Leeward Islands, we just saw the graphic for the Leeward Islands side. No Shanisha Hector tonight. New captain tonight is going to be Saneldo Willett taking charge of the side. Roselle Liebert is our vice captain. Amanda Edwards, and like I said earlier, debut for Jennison Richards. Arshina Freeman in the 11, as well as Tonya Martin, Melissa Clark, Tinetta McCoy, Tiffany Thorpe, who's operating now, Rosalie Dollabile, and Therese Parker, the wicket keeper. Not playing tonight, Divana Claxton, Sedella Bello, and like I said, captain Shanisha Hector not in 11. Not sure if she's injured, but she's not having her best of tournaments either.
And maybe the Leewards deciding probably to ensure that all of the ladies get a chance, get to play, get to showcase their skills and their abilities. Nothing is wrong with that either. Back looking to work it on the onside, unable to get a singles from apart from that forced delivery that went down the leg side. The line has been good.
And that's the opening bowler, Tiffany Thorpe. She's having a steady tournament. Bat and ball, not too bad at all. The toss, Clydie. Leeward Islands winning the toss and opting to bowl first. I hear your thoughts after this delivery. There's a big appeal given. Winning the toss and opting to bowl. And they have the early success, Mr. Butts.
I don't think I have to answer your question. Anytime you've won the toss and you've decided to field first and you get a wicket and you're forced over, it tells a story, doesn't it? Should I still answer your question?
Not at all. I think the bowler and the Leeward Islands have answered it already. They've made a right call. So that's the fall of Rennie's boys. And in fact, Rachel Vincent caught behind without scoring off the bowling of Tiffany Thorpe, and Trinidad and Tobago off to not a perfect start at all, a bad start, 2 for 1.
No, not a good start at all. And I think after that forced delivery that went down the leg side, her line was good. Thorpe making the bats play outside the off stump. That last was probably a little shorter. She was looking to probably cut it down to back, right? Cut the edge, and a good start, good forced over from the Leeward Islands and from Thorpe, and certainly putting pressure on Trinidad and Tobago, who probably would be telling themselves that they need to win this game. They'll probably look on paper and say, oh, we are a stronger side than the Leeward Islands tried. But cricket is being played out in the middle. Cricket don't be played on paper or inside the dressing room.
So Brittany Cooper has made her way into the middle. 3 matches, 1 inning, 8 runs. So this is her third match. They had no opportunity in the second game. Second over is going to be bowled by Richards. Sorry, Leeward. Leeward is the bowler. Number 6, the vice captain tonight, Roselle Leeward. Cool conditions now. We had a cat and mouse situation early in the day. We almost lost time because of rain, but we end up playing 2 full matches.
The rain threatened really all day, but never really fall a lot. It did have a little bit between the 2 games, but certainly, we've had some good weather, and we've been able to have good play. There's a full toss down the leg side, swept away behind backward square. That's gone into the boundary. 4 runs. Good looking shot from Boyce. So she's got her first boundary of the night. Bad delivery, put away.
Nice shot. Helping herself to a gift. Bad bowling from Leeward. The first match today, Barbados defeating Leeward Islands by 10 wickets. And Jamaica defeating Guyana in their match as well. So Jamaica and Barbados continue to be unbeaten in this tournament so far.
And certainly look like those 2 teams would be setting up what we would call when they play each other like a finals, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it looks that way. And that game is set for Monday morning, the first business day of the week in most parts of the world. And Jamaica and Barbados will be heading to business quite early in the next round.
This is looking to sweep down the leg side in front. The umpire has raised that dreaded finger. A delivery that was fairly straight, looking to sweep, going across the line, and the umpire raised the dreaded finger, and she's gone.
The umpire Imran Mokan, as you can see. Let's have a look at the replay. There's Rennie's boys. Look at the sweeper ball that was on the line of her stump. And umpire Imran Mokan, the school teacher, says, "You're out."
Yeah, she went across the wicket looking to sweep that from just probably on middle and leg. She looked a little disappointed. She didn't want to go.
Yeah.
But once the umpire raised that dreaded finger, you have got to go. And Trinidad and Tobago in further trouble. And Leeward Islands has certainly showed why they won the toss and decided to field first.
6 for the loss of 2. This is over number 2. Making our way into the middle now is Dijamba Joseph.
But hasn't that been a part and parcel of this tournament so far? Losing early wickets in the power play? I mean, the Jamaica-Guyana game, we did see Jamaica losing 2 early wickets as well before they had that partnership that really took the game away from Guyana. I think the only time we didn't see that is when Barbados played Windward Islands this morning, when the 2 openers scored the runs, chased down that runs easily.
So Janaba Joseph, right-handed batter, will take strike. Leeward with a tail up. So low full toss. 4 runs on a wicket to end over number 2. 6 for the loss of 2 after 2.
And that's what pressure does. That was a full toss at the end of that over. You've already lost 2 wickets. I don't think the batter wanted to take any chances, and they just end up pushing that out to a mid-on position and unable to get a run. Good start by the Leeward Islands.
So Trinidad and Tobago losing both of their openers already. Boyce just dismissed, leg before to Leeward for 5, and before that Vincent, that's Rachel Vincent, caught wicket keeper off the bowling of Thorpe. No score.
Both openers in the hut.
Yep.
I think this partnership here would be crucial, and as well Cooper is in the middle. She's an experienced cricketer. She's been around for a long time, and I think a lot would depend on her, as that was a big shout for LBW. First ball she faced. Not out, says the umpire.
We'll have a second look at it at least.
Just going down the leg side.
Doing too much.
Yeah. She's getting the ball to in swing. She's driving inside edge down to fine leg, just past the keeper's right. Well, I don't think it was actually a catch. I think she may have hit it on the full, got the inside edge, just went past the wicket keeper for a single. Yeah, Cooper is living dangerously.
She's off the mark, Brittany Cooper, but not in the approved fashion, you would say. Single nonetheless. There was a wide outside the option looking to go through the covers, and with that inward movement that Thorpe is getting.
And no foot movement.
No foot movement. Hello to Marissa Aguilera.
I haven't seen her, spoken to her in ages. I hope she's doing well. I hope she's doing well. She and her family.
Yes. She sent her regards, Mr. Butts. And she said we may see her very soon. Operative word being may. May not. But we're in June. So, Marissa, good night. We hope we see you very soon.
Yes. Very good friend of mine, Marissa Aguilera. A wonderful person, actually.
Given human services to Trinidad and Tobago and West Indies cricket in her playing days, and now she has even gone on and still contributing to cricket. When I say gone on, she's not playing, not an active player, but still contributing. So Thorpe, 1 for 4 in her second over. Looking very steady. And Trinidad and Tobago sent in. They've lost 2 early wickets, so they're set back, they're pegged back. Earlier we saw Jamaica defeating Guyana.
I was just going to say, maybe after this performance, Marissa Aguilera is going to come out to retirement.
Oh, that will be something to look forward to.
For Trinidad and Tobago. Maybe not for West Indies, but for Trinidad.
With that defeat earlier, Jamaica defeating Guyana. Guyana campaign started with a defeat. They had a no result and another defeat. Pretty much their campaign is over in terms of championship honours.
Well bowled again, nice and straight, not giving the batsman any batters any room to look to score. This is good stuff from the Leeward Islands. Good tight gripping bowling from Thorpe.
Trinidad and Tobago after 3 overs, 8 for the loss of 2.
I wonder when we are going to see a power play that, we'll probably see 60, 70 runs, 1 wicket or 2 wicket. I think everybody would be looking forward to see some ball going over the boundaries being hit. And we'll have to wait. I'm sure we're going to see that before the tournament is out.
Well, we're into round number 3, the final game in round number 3. 2 more rounds to go. It's a round-robin tournament. All 5 teams to win each other once. This is a full toss. And Cooper will get some runs through the onside. Coming back for the second. The return is coming in as well. But it's a steady return, but not the strongest of returns. And they will get 2 runs to Cooper. The 1 to 3, and the total 10 for the loss of 2.
Yeah. That was a full toss. Probably Brittany Cooper would be disappointed that she didn't put that way to the boundary, but she got 2 runs for it nevertheless. So, and I think Trinidad and Tobago needs her to try and bat deep tonight.
Our umpires for tonight: Jacqueline Williams, very busy fixing stumps. At the other end, Imran Mokan, the school teacher from Berbice in Guyana. Jacqueline Williams, Jamaican. So Leeward also in the wickets column. 1 for 6. So the opening bowlers pace from one and spin from the other, both with a wicket each. Sweeping a full ball, half-hearted appeal from Leeward. And leg by
signal from the umpire. I think Brittany Cooper would have to be careful with that sweep shot because she's not really getting the ball to turn a lot. She's more or less trying to bowl wicket to wicket, and maybe that delivery could have been on-driven instead of looking to sweep.
A lot of players opt to play the sweep shot as a release shot.
Yeah, but sometimes when bowlers are not really spinning the ball, you've got to be careful with that sweep shot. You've got to try and ensure that the ball is outside leg stump before you play that shot. Whereas when it's spinning, you take a chance and you play with the spin or even against the spin, and this could be out. Oh, that was a bad miss from Leeward Islands. It was a delivery that was played out on the onside, a set off for a quick single. It was going straight to the fielder's right. She came in, had a throw at the stump. Not a good throw to the wicketkeeper. I think she was looking to hit the stump rather than throw it to the wicketkeeper to take off the bails. And Brittany Cooper was able to get in.
Amanda Edwards there, effecting that feeling. Could not complete. That would have been spectacular. And Cooper, what you call the scorpion, was when she landed, you saw the tail coming up, like similar to what a scorpion looks like. How was that? Question
must be close. That was a delivery that was pitched slightly short of her length. She was on the back foot, it straightened, and she was hit plumb in front. It just kept a little low as well, but that's definitely out. And the Leeward Islands has got their tails up.
That's Cooper going for 3, leg before to Leeward. The score now 12 for 3 after 4 overs.
Yes, and I was going to even say earlier that I'm surprised. I think Corby and Alexander was left out of this side.
Correct.
The other night she probably looked the better player, and to leave her out of the team now, I thought that was a mistake, but maybe she's not well, or they've decided that they're going to strengthen their team otherwise. But certainly Trinidad and Tobago in real trouble here at the National Stadium in Guyana.
Chanel Lord makes her way into the middle with lots of work to do, but so far 4 overs. The Leeward Islands won the toss and bowling. They've picked up 3 very early. The power play, Clydie, and they're doing it
all
in fine style.
All going Leeward Islands way. It's all going Leeward Islands way. outside the off stump, flashing blade by the batter, not getting a touch. And Leeward Islands now has got a slip in as well, realizing that they're on top and they want to press home that advantage, not taking any chances.
Thorpe now in her third over. So it's rebuild, Operation Rebuild for Trinidad and Tobago. But they're losing time as well, so they do it very quickly.
Well, they need to try and bat now and probably bat to 10 overs, these two, and then take it from there. Whether they just pick up singles, twos, and push the score on to a 30 or thereabouts for the same 3 wickets, and then you could set yourself to look to probably get on with things a little bit more. But they certainly need a partnership now.
So leg by signal by umpire Williams. And the new batter will take strike, Chanel Lord. I saw a cap being presented to Chanel Lord just before the start of play. The name sounds familiar, however.
I think Chanel has been around.
I'm saying so, but I'm not sure what that cap was about.
Well, maybe, unless it's a different Lord, but I think she has been
an honorary
around.
cap for 50 matches, 100 matches. You know these things happen. But this is good bowling, good use of the new ball, good use of the conditions so far.
Wide outside the off stump, wide signal by the umpire.
So still to come for Trinidad and Tobago, Leanne Kirby, Karishma Ramharak, Captain Anissa Mohammed is in there as well, Kamaro Ragubar, Anna Marie Pereira and Steffi Sue Grimm.
Still some batting in the hut and still some experience, isn't it? Leanne Kirby has been around for quite some time. Anissa Mohammed can bat a little. So there's still some batting to come and some experience. So.
And then do remember the Leeward Islands as well, shuffling their players around. Not sure how much more they can offer after this opening pair.
Good diving stop at backward point. As it was played to her left, she had to come around and was able to stop it. Good over again from Thorpe, keeping things tight, keeping things simple, not giving the batters any room to play their shots. And certainly this power play has been a very good one for her.
With 1 over still to go in this power play, Thorpe completing 3 overs, picking up 1 for 6 so far. Janaba Joseph is still there. She's on 1. She's been there for 10 deliveries now, occupying the crease. Lord has just joined her. That's Chanel Lord. 15 for 3 after 5 overs. So Clyde has gone for a cup of coffee. And joining me, Miko and Israel. How are you, sir? Good evening.
Good evening to you, John. I am doing great. It's a wonderful evening. Some great cricket. We're seeing some wonderful lively action. The ladies from the Leeward Islands are looking very energetic, very positive in the field. So we're in for a good night, and I'm excited to be here.
So Leeward continues. This is her third over as well. And the Trinidad and Tobago side sent in, and they're in a hole at the moment. Even at low full toss, cannot be dispatched. It's Operation Rebuild at the moment.
Yes, John, the ladies from Trinidad and Tobago seemed just a bit shocked at what was happening. I think they may have been the favorites coming into this game, but the Leewards had some early strikes and just, rattled the team a bit. So we'll have to see how they respond. I'm sure that the captain would be, sharing her experiences to,
There's a big appeal. Umpire Mokan says not out immediately.
Sharing her.
With your umpiring knowledge as well, you can have a look and tell us what happened there.
Okay. Seems as though that there was an appeal for card behind. Right, but missing. Umpire Mokan saying no, did not get an edge. Went through to the keeper.
No chance for run out. Oh. It's all happening here. Rosalie Dolabile with the return, a very stiff one. And there is Leeward could not take the return.
Yeah, she'd want to be careful with her teammate Leeward. I think they would have already knocked her over on the field. She had to run to the physio to get a bit of spray on her, but she's enjoying herself. You know, John, when you're on top, the pain, it seemed to work as a bit of a numbing effect for the pain. So I don't think she minds it at all at this time.
2 runs to end over number 6. End of the power play. 6 gone. Trinidad and Tobago sent in 17 for the loss of 3. Power play done and dusted. Who would have won the first 6 overs in this contest?
Well, John, I think it's clear. The ladies from the Leeward Islands, they are definitely on top at this time. It's 17 for 3. That's a paltry run rate of just 2.83. So it would be a very poor power play from the Trinidad and Tobago ladies. So they'll just have to see what they can do now to come out of this bind. Maybe just try to pick up as many singles as they can until, you know, put away the bad balls, pick up the singles, and try to play some positive cricket.
So 2 fielders were allowed out of the 30-yard circle in that power play. 6 overs, the first 6 overs. Now Melissa Clark will pick up the attack. Her first opportunity of the night. So now that more fielders are allowed out of that circle because of the position of the game, the Leeward Islands have maintained just 2 fielders outside the circle, keeping the pressure on Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, there's just no need to go on the defensive side of this time. Oh, she tried to go for that drive there, but just missing that outside edge. You know, the bowler here, Clark, is getting some good away movement, John. She's teasing the battle with that nice line, just enticing the driver, and then the ball just leaving them at the last minute. So this is really good bowling.
This one is much fuller, and the batter will get the single. Taken very quickly. Not fielded cleanly at all by Tanetta McCoy. So a single.
John, at this time, I would even employ the uses of a second slip, or maybe just a bit wide third slip, because we see the Trinidad and Tobago ladies, they're going for that drive, and with this away movement from the bowler, you never know, you could pick up a wicket. So at 17 for 3, you know, you can go for that, and that's put away for 4.
That's a full toss, but it's just outside the off stump. There we saw the batter just getting enough bat onto it and fetching it from outside off stump and getting the boundary. Huge space on the onside. In the end, it was a safe shot for Lord. She got the boundary.
Yes, it seemed like a bit of a improvised shot. As you said, she went outside the line of the off stump and just flicked her wrist, work it through the vacant leg side. And it's only fitting that the fielders are on the offside at this time because of that away movement. So the bowler would just want to maintain her line and just keep doing what she's doing and let the batters make that mistake.
Well, that is exactly what has happened, because I've noticed that despite that ball went to the boundary on the onside, there's no change to the field. Maintain that field at fine leg, mid wicket and mid on the onside, asking the bowler to be very tight outside the off stump. That's good service to the keeper, good service to the captain, and that's the end of 4 overs. So the boundary and 2 singles in the over. And at the end of 7 overs, 23 for 3.
It was another good over there by the ladies from the Leewards. I think that one was just a bit close to that wide marker, but the umpire saying, that's fine, continue with the bowling. So that's the, as you call it, that was the end of the over. But it's really good bowling, good positive captaincy, and the Leewards are on top. You know, so many times, John, we see a lot of captains just react to, you know, maybe a bad ball or a 4, but it's good to see that the Leeward ladies are maintaining that pressure. So that is excellent to see.
So Leeward will continue to be her final over. Why not? 9 runs conceded, and she picked up 2. This one is in the air, sweeping, but will get some runs. Despite it is played in the air, got enough connection, and she got the boundary. A bad start to the over, but Chanel Lord, she's equal to the task. She has capitalized, getting the early boundary.
Yeah, it was a bad delivery, a full toss. It got a top edge. She's fortunate. It went over the fielder's head, went down to the boundary on the leg side for 4. So a bit of fortune going in Trinidad's favor, and they need it. So Leewards really need not change much, just maintain what they're doing.
Good comeback delivery. Want to say good night as well to Stacey Ann King, following the action, glued to her set. Trinidad and Tobago has a good support network. Past players still involved in cricket in the Twin Island Republic. I know just recent there's a pre-tournament set of matches in Barbados. This one is down to third man of the open face, but just a single. So Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados, before this tournament started, actually played some matches in Barbados. So Trinidad and Tobago, since coming to Guyana, however, were not necessarily given the best treatment. Lost their opening game to Jamaica, second game abandoned with Guyana, and now they're in all sorts of trouble.
Yeah, these things do happen. So they've got to fight their way through. I mean, that's the only thing, you know. All these experience they add to your cricketing resume. It's all part of the game, and they've just got to find a way to work through it and try to get back in this game.
And since coming to Guyana as well, they're greeted with lots of rain, so even practice in between matches not possible. So everything you need to fix, you have to do it while playing a match. Last delivery for Roselle Leeward, and she ends very good. So 5 runs in the over, and that's the end of the spell for Leeward. 4 overs, 2 for 14, and after 8 overs, Trinidad and Tobago sent in 28 for 3.
It's a better over for Trinidad. Seeing off the striker, the strike bowler, Leeward. They want to maintain that, just keep rotating the strike, keep playing the ball on its merit, looking for the quick singles, and of course, putting away the bad balls. You know, just to go back on what you mentioned, John, about the Trinidad support network with their past players. That is a great thing to see. That is what cricket needs, especially the female game that it's still in its budding stage. So you need that support, and not only from a form of female players, but also male players as well. You know, just get that support the ladies as much as possible, because as my colleague mentioned, female cricket is here to stay.
This one is pulled away. Runs for Lord again. Boundary. And not a short ball, but just outside the off stump, on that off stump line, maintaining her line of attack. But there is Lord, because it was short, got into position, swiveled, and got the boundary. Well played.
Yeah, that was a nice looking shot, just putting away that short ball, finding the gap in the field, and that's an excellent shot.
Clark does not have the pace to necessarily bowl that short, so it was easy for the batter to just go back and get the shot she was looking for. So Clark in her second over, conceding boundaries in her first and now her second over. Do remember the Leeward Islands made a few changes to their 11. Soneldo Willett is captain today, no Shanisha Hector. Very slow ball, she's walked. Excellent bowling. She slowed it this time, pace off, and there is the batter, Chanel Lord, committed to the shot, and the edge found, and the keeper did the rest. Trinidad and Tobago losing their fourth now in over number 9. It's now 32 for the loss of 4.
Yeah, this is really good bowling there, John. As we watch the replay, we see the bowler coming in, and that away movement, they caught the batter just in a bit of no man's land. The feet were nowhere, and she's playing away from her body. So just a bit of technical flaw there. They'd want to work on that. But as you mentioned, there, the net sessions have not been readily available due to the inclement weather. But nothing should be taken away from Milicia, the Leeward Island bowler. Very good line, keeping that ball outside the off stump, back of a length, and caught the batsman napping, just fishing outside the off stump. Trinidad in a real spot of bother here.
Wicketkeeper Therese Parker with her second catch of the night. And the first wicket for Clark. I thought it was an excellent decision from Clark to maintain her line of attack just outside the off stump and force Lord into the rash shot. Lord was looking good for her 17. Ramharak, the new batter, Karishma Ramharak. She gets a delivery down the leg side. So because the bowler bowling to right-handers, now she's had to change her line of attack to a left-hander for the first time. And she starts down the leg side. It's usually that mental and, of course, physical transition that you have to make that causes some problems most of the times.
Yeah, but the second delivery to the new batter, bang on target, just drawing her into just a bit of a false shot, playing a bit too early, ball landing halfway to the mid-off fielder, lofted just a bit in the air. She's maintaining that line outside the off stump.
Misfielding and will allow Ramharak to get off the mark, and overthrows as well. So gone for one overthrow. Would not get a second, but Ramharak is off the mark. So that's the end of 9 overs. Successful one from Milicia Clark and the Leeward Islands. Trinidad and Tobago after 9, 34 for 4.
Yeah, Leeward Islands just getting a bit sloppy there. They want to maintain that dominance they have over the Trinidad ladies as this time. Not want to give anything away. 2 misfields there, giving away two runs, which is not what you wanted this time. You want to maintain that pressure, so they want to tighten up there.
So one of 2 debutants for Trinidad and Tobago at the crease, and Janaba Joseph. She's been there for quite some time. 17 deliveries for just 2 runs, but occupying the crease as wickets fall around her is important. And Anna Marie Pereira, the other debutante, she will have her time, I'm sure. Short ball starts a new over, a new spell, because Leeward completing her spell of 4 overs. So Richards into the attack now. There's another debutante, Jennison Richards.
Yeah, it looks like the ball is just holding up a bit. Maybe affecting the timing of the batters. A bit slow pitches this time. So we want to ensure they see the ball through just to get their timing right.
Quick single. This could be trouble. But Ramharak gets home. So there is Janaba Joseph, the debutante, with intelligence, playing it with soft hands just in front of her. And immediately her partner responded, and the single was taken easily. That's good running.
Yeah, that's very good running. This is what you need at this point when your team, you're struggling at 35 for 4 after 9 overs. You need to look for the singles, work the ball around, find the vacant, the gaps in the field. So this is how you go about it. So good stuff to see from the Trinidadian ladies. They want to maintain this and not play any rash shots or give their wickets away at this time.
There's an appeal, not out given, and even up here, you were saying not out as well. Immediately, why is that so?
That was pitching a mile outside leg stump there, John. My umpiring sense just kicked in there a bit. I was shaking my head even from up here.
Flighty delivery, not bad option at all.
But John, that's what players like to do, to test umpires just to see if they're focusing, you know. Come with that loud appeal, and they very well know that won't be given out. Right, but
that should not be given out, you say. And this a full one again. This time she's given. So Richards striking in her very first over. Ramharak leg before to Janison Richards, and Richards gets her first wicket in her very first match, in her very first over. Ramharak leg before, and Trinidad and Tobago now 5 down for 36, almost at the halfway stage.
Well, I was shaking my head for this one, but in the positive sense this time. That one was a full straight delivery. Looked like it hit her just on, maybe just on the back leg there, but hit her plumb in front in line, and umpire Mokan wasting no time.
All right, so the players will take a little break. The groundsmen will do some work on the pitch as well, which continues to look good. And we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll continue with this gripping match where Trinidad and Tobago sent in 36 for 5 after 9.5 overs.
Welcome back to Providence here, as the players are now getting back after that short drinks break. Joining me now, Clyde Butts. Welcome again. How was that coffee?
That was good. That I didn't have. But certainly Leeward Islands in the driver's seat here. 36 for 5 in 9.5 overs. Oh, Trinidad and Tobago certainly needs a partnership.
Yeah, you see the ground staff just working to ensure that the dew is off of the ground so that we can have a fairly dry outfield as much as they can. Wide signal there by umpire Mokan. 1 ball remaining in the over by Janisa Richards. Trinidad in a real spot of bother here, Clyde.
Definitely so. And Leanne Corby, who is the new batter out there, has some experience as she's played this one. Down pass, slip on backward point. She's going to get a couple of runs. Gets 2. She has some experience. She's been around West Indies cricket for a little while. She's been playing for Trinidad and Tobago for some time. So I guess Trinidad and Tobago would be depending on her now to put some runs together on the board, so to give themselves a chance to defend something. I think they need to look to get to 70, 80, maybe even 90.
Yeah, at this time, 39 for 5 after 10 overs. Trinidad and Tobago struggling here. Leeward Islands on top. A new bowler. Well, that was Janisa Richards. Milicia.
No, it's still Clark bowling.
Yeah, so Milicia Clark will continue maintaining that line. She's been bowling a really good line, Clyde.
All the Leeward Islands bowlers bowl a good line. They've kept things fairly tight. This is full and straight again. Trying to drive back past the bowler. Got the bottom edge of the bottom of the bat, and it trickled back up the pitch.
It looked like she's using the seam quite well, because she is getting a bit of away movement. So it's good to see as well.
Just working this one off the pads. They're going to look for 2 here. finishes the first. Yes, they're going for the second. 2 easy runs. And that's what I think Trinidad and Tobago needs to do at this time. Try and rotate the strike. Try and keep picking up singles, picking up twos. You've got 9.3 overs. If they could get another 40 runs, they're going to give themselves a chance of winning the game.
Yeah, that's about the only way to stay in. You've got to give yourself a chance. And as you mentioned, just doing the basics at this time. Maybe nothing too fancy. Ooh, hitting the stumps there, but the batter was diving home. And that was Geneva Joseph looking for the quick single, but it wasn't on. Her partner just sending her back. And now they're going to have that conference.
Yeah, I think they need to. That was definitely not a single. That was hit straight to the fielder. She came in strongly, picked up and whipped it to the wicketkeeper. And I think she actually hit the stump. So that's good to see.
Positive cricket by Leewards. They're very much on top, as they should be. Played out fielded there by Tanetta McCoy.
Full and wide outside the off, so I'm going for a big drive. Misses it and it goes through to the wicketkeeper.
So at the end of the over number 11, it's 41 for 5. Trinidad and Tobago in this CWI regional T20 blast. They're in a spot to bottom. That last delivery looked just a bit on the white side there, Clyde.
I think it was close. It was close. What I like about the female cricket as well, the players in the dressing rooms always supporting their team. They're always giving that full support. I don't think you find the men do that a lot. I think the women give their comrades and their teammates more support.
Yes, I would agree with you, because sitting here in our little box, we can hear the chirping coming from the little dugout out here. Full support for the girls. And this is what you've got to do, you know. You've got to support your team, support your sport. And so it's really good to see.
Pitched up, hit over the top of cover. She's going to get one. They're turning now for two as there a little bit of fumble in the field. And they were able to get two. But Leanne Corby, looking positive, looking to go over the top. Got it outer half of the bat and went over the fielder at cover and was able to get 2 runs.
The captain just sending Leeward back there outside of the circle, just responding to the shot. I think they still have the screws on, Clyde. I don't think there's any need for anything drastic at this point.
Oh no, I think they've still got things fairly tight. They've still got that ring of fielders in the circle, and there's still a slip.
That one looked like it had just enough turn there. Batsman looked to get the batter looked to get back on the back foot, but just not timing that one right. Maybe just a bit quicker, you know, rushed onto her. Would you say?
So she's using her feet, pushing it down to mid-on, unable to get a run. Good tight ball in here. That last delivery was giving more flight, inviting the batter to use her feet. She did, but was unable to get a run. Then she's coming down the track, pushing it past mid-wicket and should get 2 easy runs. Hitting it in the air a little, just over the mid-wicket fielder, and was able to get 2 runs.
Dola Bali just showing her a bit of her football skills there and stopping that ball. So at the end of the over, 12 overs gone, 46 for 5. Trinidad and Tobago battling through here, not giving it up. Leeward still probing to want to end this one as soon as they can.
I think they have to. They have to try and bowl Trinidad and Tobago out for probably 70 or thereabouts to give themselves a chance. We did see the Leeward Islands in their previous 2 games not really getting a lot of runs, and they would be thinking that they need to try and out Trinidad and Tobago as quickly as possible to give themselves that chance of winning the game.
So new
Change of bowling. Tonya Martin now comes into the attack. Right arm, medium pace.
Captain Willa just adjusting her feel at this time to the new bowler. Employing a long on. We got a.
I think they might just have to be a little careful here with their field placing. This is wide down the leg side.
I'm looking at the field and think it's very interesting. What do you think about it?
It is. All the fielders on the offside are really in the circle. There's a slip. Well, the cover is just a little outside the circle. But there are 5 fielders still in the circle. Slip, backward point, extra cover, mid-off, short mid-wicket. And then there's a long on and a deep backward square.
And now we see Dolabalis coming into the 3rd man position.
This is wide outside the leg stump. Not a wide signal by the umpire. And the Leeward Islands maybe just easing that pressure a little with those couple of wides. New bowlers come on, and she's been unable to control her deliveries.
She'd want to get it right as soon as possible. I mean, they have Trinidad in a spot of bother. You don't want to just let that advantage slide away. So they want to get it right.
Yeah, and you look at the field, it's a 6-3 field. So if she's going to err, she needs to err on the off side rather than on the leg side. It's 6 on the off and 3 on the on. With that one going down the leg side, but I think she may have got the pad to it. And the keeper came across and they're a good stop. And there's no fine leg as well. So if you're going to bowl that line, you certainly, instead of the 3rd man being down there, probably the advice to put that 3rd man down to a fine leg position.
Yeah, she's just a bit lucky there as well. She needs to get this line right as soon as possible. That seems a bit better, Clyde. Outside the off stump, a straight delivery. I think she may have just found her line. So she'd want to maintain that, bowl to her field, and maybe try to get that edge with that slip there. Waiting, Amanda Edwards in first, they're just waiting to gobble anything that comes her way.
Corby forward, pushes it back up the pitch. No run. What's your thought though on the projection score? Where do you think they will get to? What do you think they will get? And how much runs do you think they would need to beat Trinidad?
Well, at this time the projected score is in the air, just over the head of the fielder. The return comes in, picks up a single. Corby, she did not get that one at all. Not a great sounding shot. Just managed to pick up that single. She was going for it. It was wide outside the house, and she threw the kitchen sink at it, but just couldn't make any sort of connection. Yeah,
that was just too wide, really. She tried to hit it probably over extra cover area. Just hit right to the tail end of the bat. Just working this one nicely through the onside, and they're going to get an easy single.
So, Clyde, the projected score is now 7-7. I think that's probably just about par score. I think for safety, they want to get up close to maybe around 90 or even 100 to, put some real pressure on the battings with the Leewards when they have a chance to bat. But we'll have to see
This is
how the bowling goes
the
on.
off stumper gate. She's having a great heave at it, right to the bottom of the bat, and trickled out to backward point. Another easy single.
Excellent stop here by the fielder, Tanetta McCoy. She's really been diving around, throwing herself around. So that's a wonderful stop there. Good energy in the field by the Leewards. And the score moves on to 51 for 5 after 13 overs.
Yeah, well, 50-50 is up, 51 for 5, 13 overs, 7 overs to go. And I know the projected score is saying 78 at the moment, but I think they will have to get us a little bit more than that. And Leanne Corby, I think, has made her intentions clear that she's going to go after the bowling as she spanks this out to cover. Doesn't get a run.
Right, I think that was the best shot I saw for the innings so far. A wonderful power, well-timed cover drive. Unfortunately, it went straight to the fielder. That was Corby feeling in the covers there.
She's working this one down to fine leg. There could be 4 here. It's running away to the boundary as the fielder gives chase. Goes over the boundary now, 4 runs. Delivery on the leg stump was worked nicely down to fine leg and was able to pick up 4. So runs, a little bit more runs are coming. And Corby Ann is scoring and putting back the pressure on the Leeward Island bowlers.
Yeah, I don't think Corby's projected score is 77 as the computer calculated. She wants to get just a bit more for her team, and she's playing the shots to work to the... Oh, that's a no ball. That one was to the head of Corby.
That was a high full toss. Yeah. High pitch full toss. Yes, it was slow, but certainly it's still difficult to pick up those full balls. And it was very high as well. Corby was able to hit it. Had hit it down and behind square, but a fielder was in the way. She didn't time it well.
It was a free hit. Umpire Mokan also issuing a warning there to the bowler.
Free hit, come down the track, didn't time it. Just played it out to extra cover, but they were able to get a single.
You know, Clyde, you can always tell the well-timed shots, even from up here in our box. The sound the bat makes, it just sounds different when it's a ill-timed shot.
Well, that's another full pitch, another no ball, and I think that would be... Is that going to be our final warning? Is that going to mean that she cannot bowl the next delivery?
This wasn't... I don't think the umpire would have considered this one dangerous.
Yeah, he did say the signal no ball.
Yeah, it was a no ball, but I don't think she would be warned again. It was wide away from the batter, outside the off stump, not threatening in any way. So it's just a no ball at this time.
Not a free hit to Corby. She's evened it one over mid-wicket, and she will only get 2. We're going to get 2.
Good work down in the boundary there by Dolo Bali. Always good to see a better feelers of the team in the T20 matches patrolling the boundaries. So it's excellent to see. I wonder just if the ball, if the do factor is now affecting the spinner. Final delivery of the over.
Corby showing her experience, went back and just pushed that out into the cover. But the score now is 62 for 5, 14 overs. I think she has to stay there and probably try and bat through the innings for her team. Yes, Anissa Mohammed can bat a bit, and she's next, but you don't want to leave it for somebody else coming behind you. You want to complete that innings. She's now on what, 15?
Get Kirby on 15 from 16 deliveries. Janaba Joseph, she's on 9 from 30 deliveries. So batting just a bit slow, but we need to consider the conditions and the situation of the match at this time. So she's holding down that end, being a rock there for her team. So we won't want to criticize her pace too much.
Well, I think in the circumstances she's playing a good innings because wickets were tumbling at the other end and she had to stay out there and bat. And Corby has come in and has been playing her shot. So I think she's doing the right thing, just supporting Corby.
Steady as a rock on one end and a bit more fiery from the other end with Kirby. And this is down the leg side, and that's a wide signal there by umpire Jacqueline Williams. Right, she want to get that line right. She's been spraying down the leg side just a bit too much, releasing those shackles.
That projected score has gone up to 90. So things are changing. Things are looking a little bit difficult now for the Leeward Islands. Things are looking a little bit to the Trinidad and Tobago side. This partnership is certainly changing things a little.
Yeah, Kirby, her projected score was definitely not 77 from a few overs ago. And it's good to see that her partner there, Janaba, just playing a more cautious innings, which is needed at this time, with the team just in a bit of bother. So the two complement each other well at this time.
Driving this out to mid-on, a quick single taken as the throw came in. And certainly that was good running, good positive running. Once she hit it, she went straight away.
Yeah, great call in there by the batter. As soon as she hit it, she knew, and she just set off for the single. And now we see the fielder dropping back to a long on for Kirby.
Down the leg side, she's swinging hard at that one. Not a white signal by the umpire. Corby doing the right thing there, swinging as hard as she can. This partnership now is what, 30 in 30 deliveries? Good partnership for Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, it's excellent. Just what the doctor would have ordered for the team.
Down the leg side again, Corby having a swing at it, misses. Not a wide signal by the umpire.
She's losing her shape just a bit there, Clyde. I'm just spraying the ball down the leg side too often. She is not doing the team any favors at this time. She's got to get that line right.
Still 2 deliveries to go in the over. This is hit and hit hard out to a deep long on. Fielder comes around, feels it on the bounce, so not a single to Corby. Certainly hit that with some power.
Yeah, she hit that with power, but I'm sure she didn't get that connected just right. That was a mighty heave there by Corby.
Oh, she's playing this nicely through mid-wicket. This is going to go all the way into the boundary for 4. Lovely looking shot there. And now she's beginning to blossom as well. That's what confidence does to your batting. When the other players come and take some pressure off of you, you've got that chance of picking up the scoring rate, and she's doing that very well.
That was a beautiful on drive there. Well timed, found the gap and put it away for 4. To tell you more about the action, Leeward Island 50, Trinidad and Tobago 15 overs in the books. 72 for 5 will be John Ramsey.
Certainly Trinidad and Tobago here has made a very good fight back. This partnership I think now has gone for 35. They've been batting very well. 72 for 5 in 15 overs. Still another 5 overs to go, John, and as you look at that projected score, I think it's changed now to what, 95? So it's certainly Trinidad and Tobago has made a great fight back here.
Yeah, 96, that projected score now. So, good partnership. The debutant, 18-year-old Joseph.
His backs punts that through the covers for 4. That's the shot of the evening so far. Short delivery outside the off stump, and she back and punched that through the offside for 4. Lovely looking shot.
Shot not only of the night, perhaps shot of the day, because she looked real good. It was short, wide, as you can see there, and it sat up nicely. Alexander, she's been there for 19 deliveries now. She's now on to 21.
Corby Ann, not Corby.
Yes. And she looked real good.
Well, she's shown her experience as well, you know. She's back again, bangs it out to cover this time. Not timing it as well as the previous shot, but able to get a single. And how well she has played.
She's gotten extremely good support from the debutante, the 18-year-old Janaba Joseph. She looks mature in terms of her cricketing abilities in her very first match. Thought we'd put the commentator's curse on her.
Yeah, that was a good delivery though. Pitched up right in the black hole, just missing the off stump. Well bowled. Yeah, but Joseph has played well. She supported, ensured that Trinidad and Tobago didn't lose another wicket quickly, and now she's starting to blossom a bit. Probably looking at that last delivery, looking to slug, when she would have better advice. Look, try and take the single, let Corby Ann do the hitting, and you just play a normal game that you've been playing all the time.
So captain for tonight for the Leeward Islands having a ball. Soneldo Willett, this is her first over. First ball went to the boundary, beautifully dispatched.
Yes. Pulled away in front of square is fielder on this square leg boundary, and they're going to get an easy single.
This pair started at 36 for 5 in the 10th over. They're looking extremely comfortable at the moment. So 6 runs from Willett's first over at the end of 16. 78 for 5. Trinidad and Tobago batting first on the lights against the Leeward Islands.
Not a good over for Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, you might say it's only 6 runs, but in context of the game, I think that's a very good over for them. And they certainly have picked up. They have looked to score this partnership. I think has scored at a ball a run. And that's good. It's probably one of the better partnerships we've seen in the tournament so far in terms of the sort of pressure that they were under when the two of them got together, and how they've weathered it, and they're now starting to free up themselves and to score runs.
Looks like Kanisha Isaac with the water and a message coming out at the start of over number 17.
I think that message would be go hard
well,
or bat out the overs.
Some wickets in
that that the two of you keep going.
Keep going. I think that'll be the message. See what you can get. We have 5 wickets in the tank. They'll be looking to continue with the acceleration. We have seen it, and they can continue to bat the way they're batting. They'll be looking to get maybe like 110.
I'm just checking on the field. I think they're just making the adjustment. They had one extra person out of the circle. She's gone into the circle now.
So they've gone defensive. Oh, that's a wild swing.
Well, that tells what the message was about.
Yes, for sure.
Try and get as much as you possibly can in these last 4 overs. Because Joseph has certainly looked to hit that hard and high over the offside.
13 deliveries in her spell so far. That's a beautiful straight drive. She'll just get one. So Melissa Clark in her final over, 1 for 15. Almost run out, direct hit, not they're not getting the direct hit this time, the Leeward Islands. So Leanne Kirby, the aggressor, on 22. Melissa Clark has been changing her pace a little bit, getting the ball to move away from the right-handers. A little bit of cutters, some like cutters.
That was down the leg side. Leanne Corby was looking to heave that over backward square, didn't get a touch. She missed a few of those deliveries going down the leg side. This time she's hitting this out to mid-wicket. I think this is going to go into the boundary. Yes, it does. Was it high and hard over mid-wicket? And went into the boundary. 4 more runs. And I think this game is now seems to be slipping away from the Leeward Islands. With this partnership, the score is now 84 for 5. Certainly this partnership has taken this game away from the Leeward Islands at the moment. Slower delivery.
And a chance for run out, but the return came to the strikers end instead of going to the non-strikers end, where Joseph was out of her crease by some distance. And Kirby, the throw came to Kirby's end, but she was back. Change of pace, but I saw Clark trying to bowl too wide of the off stump because the previous ball was hit through the onside for a boundary. So that's the end of Clark's spell. 4 overs for her, 1 for 21, and after 17 overs, Trinidad and Tobago 84 for a loss of 5. So how well has Melissa Clark bowled? Clarky? Clyde?
I think she's bowled well. She's kept things fairly tight. I'm C, not Clarky. I'm Clyde. Yeah, she's kept things fairly tight, bowling wicket to wicket. Not really great pace, but certainly keeping the pressure on the batters. This is driven through a wide mid-off. She's got a half stop it, but it will go all the way into the boundary. 4 more runs to Joseph. But delivery pitched up outside the off stump, driving it through the covers, and I think this would be the 50th partnership.
50th partnership coming up in grand style. Well played. And I don't think this is a debutante at all. She looks the part, Clyde.
Certainly batted well. When she defended and was trying to make sure she didn't lose wicket, she played very well, and now she's starting to extend her run. Now she's starting to look to score, and she has done so well. Looking to go over the offside, go through the offside again, misses it. Certainly a wonderful partnership for Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, 52 runs to the value so far for the 6th wicket. They joined forces at 36 for the loss of 5 in the 10th over. They had to rebuild. They're doing so very well, and now they're in control.
Driven through the cover a little bit in the air, but there's a sweeper there this time, and they're going to get... Oh, Corby is going to be run out. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. A little bit of a bad cricket there, I think. Corbina was holding her end to ensure that the other girl got into... Joseph got back. And Joseph was still running all the time while she was holding her end. The throw actually went to the wicket keeper's end. The keeper took it and had just threw it down to the bowl, and she was run out. So good wicket to get for the Leeward Islands at this time. Bad for Trinidad and Tobago to lose Corby, because she was scoring and putting a lot of pressure on the Leeward Islands bowling.
Bad miss, but at the end of it, it's a 56-run partnership for the 6th wicket, for the 5th wicket for Trinidad and Tobago. There you see the return coming in, and Captain Willett taking off the bail. So Steffi Sugrim, the new batter for Trinidad and Tobago. But the Leeward Islands needed that wicket. this game is going to go too far away from them.
Yes, and that may make a difference with whether Trinidad and Tobago get another 20 runs or 12.
So we will be at the non-strikers end as Joseph takes strike. Half-hearted appeal for a leg before, not given.
I think she got hit just outside the off stump. She was going across, probably looking to push back up the pitch. It was outside off stump, and she was just outside the off stump. Kept low though, so if that's a sign of things to come.
A little bit of extra pace as well from Willett. This pitch is the same pitch used for rounds 1, 2, and now 3. So this pitch has been on its third day of cricket.
And you've got to remember as well that there isn't a lot of time in between games, and not only time in between games because of the weather. I'm sure the groundsman has not been able to put a lot of work into this pitch, so, but it has played fairly well.
Risky shot and could be risky in the run out as well.
Well, they're going to get an extra run.
And the fans, support staff, teammates, everyone getting in the action. But 2 more runs to end over number 18. Trinidad and Tobago looking better than they were moments ago. 93 now for the loss of 6. So 91 in fact for the loss of 6. 18 overs gone. So we've seen the fall of Rachel Vincent, no score. Rennie's Boys 5, Brittany Cooper 3, Chanel Lord 17, Karishma Ramharak 2, Leanne Kirby moments ago 26. Holding firm is debutant Janava Joseph. She's on 23, anchoring and holding this innings together like a glue. And Steffi Sogrim has just joined her.
She's playing this true cover, beat the fielder, and they're going to get a couple of runs here, as that was badly misfield, and they got a couple of runs. But certain that was a good looking shot again through the covers. Ball pitched up outside off some, driven nicely through the covers, and was able to get 2 runs.
So Thorpe is back. Before this, 3 overs, 1 for 6 with the new ball. Tiffany Thorpe, 15 dot balls in her spell. Swing and a miss. So Thorpe will conclude after this over, the 19th of the innings. I think she used that new ball very well.
Yes, I think up front she bowled it pretty well, kept the pressure on the Trinidad and Tobago batters, not giving them room or width, and got the ball to in swing as well.
Healthy edge. Third man is after it. Coming round to her left, will cut it off. So rotation in the strike as well, so a single. Joseph, she will take strike, but Sugrim looked confident as well from the 3 deliveries she has faced. Confident drive to cover and looking to go hard. Edge taken, well bowled, holding the line, the bowler. And wicket number 7 going down for Trinidad and Tobago in the 19th over. When they're looking to accelerate, it's the anchor gone. That's Joseph caught behind. And Trinidad and Tobago 94 for 7.
Well, she can be proud of the way she has played in this innings. I thought when she went out, things were all going to Leeward Islands, where she stood out there, batted through, and to ensure that Trinidad and Tobago got a decent score. When Leanne Corby came in, the 2 of them had a good partnership of 52, and I think if Trinidad and Tobago is going to win this game, that partnership would be responsible for them winning the game. Good innings as a debutant.
Extremely good effort, and you're not seeing it on your camera, on your monitor, sorry, but she's being congratulated by all of her teammates, and with number 47 on her back. Another famous Trinidad and Tobago player with number 47 is Dwayne Bravo. If she can have a half of the career as Dwayne Bravo,
As DJ?
she would be doing very well for herself and country. So Captain Anisa Mohammed has made her way into the middle, and Steffi Sugrim getting some repair work done to her helmet. 94 for 7. 1 over to go after this one, but Tor coming back and getting the breakthrough as well.
Yeah, and I think Trinidad and Tobago would be probably looking for another 10 runs or so. Get past that 100, get to 105, 106. 106 runs, and getting past that 100 I think is important for any team.
Where are you going? One team has gotten 3 figures this season. That's Jamaica on the opening night of the tournament. Since then, a string of low scores, 80s, 90s, even a few 60s. What a first ball to get. Banged away with beautiful fielding. Oh, that's some extremely good work being done by the Leeward Islands. And that's Tinette McCoy, the big girl, putting a dive full-blooded to her left. 19 overs gone, 1 to go. Trinidad and Tobago 95 for 7.
And she has certainly saved some runs in that position this evening. That's not her first dive that we have seen. She's been good, especially going to her left. She's been very good in the field. 95 for 7. 6 runs in this over. And they will be going past that 100 mark. And that alone is pressure. And one has to remember that the Leeward Islands as well has been struggling with their bat. They have scored 50, 57, 58 in their first game. So they're struggling a bit in terms of their batting. They've bowled pretty well, but their batting has not been that good. I think most of the teams actually has bowled well in this tournament, but it's their batting that has struggled.
Mohammed, captain, drives in the air, but will get some runs down towards that deep backward point. Good looking runs. 2 to start the over, the final one of the innings. Tiffany Thorpe concluded her spell in the last over. 4 overs, 2 for 10.
That's great bowling. And she's the one who kept the pressure on the Trinidad and Tobago batters in the earlies.
Runs again for Trinidad and Tobago.
Behind point this time. It's running away to the boundary. And it's gone over the boundary as the fielder dives and able to pull it back. And it's gone over the boundary. That's 4 runs to Anisa Mohammed. And that takes Trinidad and Tobago past the 100 mark. The second team to have scored 100 in the tournament so far.
Yes. Using all of her experience, Anisa Mohammed, playing that ball backward of point. There's a cat and mouse situation with the fielder. Eventually, even with the dive, the ball still went into the boundary. That's going to be a psychological advantage for Trinidad and Tobago as well, getting 3 figures. Leewards with their batting issues will have to work real hard to get very close to that, or to even overhaul.
You don't like the support that they're getting from their staff and the extra players in the team.
That has been one constant in this tournament. They're gone for 1 and they'll come back and complete this second. Just a bit too short in the final over with it, without the pace.
I agree. You have to try and bowl as full as straight at this time to ensure that she don't get a sort of width or room to free her arms.
Not getting it right and will not deliver. So Leanne Kirby went for 24. Janaba Joseph 23. Really good work from the debutante.
This is edge down to fine leg. This is going to run away into the boundary. Yes, it does. Delivery that was pitched up She was coming looking to drive it on the onside, got the inside edge. It was a good delivery, mind you. Unlucky to get 4 runs off of that. But that happens in cricket. Because that was pitched up, it was nearly a Yorker and well bowled.
Yeah. 12 runs in the over so far. The final over, very productive one, very expensive from a Leeward Islands standpoint. Trinidad and Tobago not minding that at all. The 106 you were speaking about earlier has been erased. So good feeling again by the Leeward Islands to end the innings. It's now 108 for the loss of 7 wickets. 108 for 7 from their 20 overs. Good recovery to get 108 for 7.
Excellent recovery by Trinidad and Tobago, and I think Leon Corby and Joseph deserves the praise for that innings. Earlier on, the Leeward Islands was all over Trinidad and Tobago, but that partnership of 56 certainly took the game away from them. But all in all, I thought the Leeward Islands bowled well, and that partnership and the low order that has taken this game, taken the innings away from the Leeward Islands. So well done, Trinidad and Tobago. We'll just have to wait and see what happens when the Leeward Islands take strike.
I think the innings of Anisa Mohammed as well, the late flurry, really got them over the rope. So 108 for 7, Trinidad and Tobago sent in by the Leeward Islands. Boyce 5, Rachel Vincent no score, Cooper 3, Janaba Joseph on debut 23, Chanel Lord 17, Karishma Ramharak 2, Leon Kirby 26, Steffi Sogreb not out 3, Anis Mohammed not out 14, 108 for a loss of 7 wickets from their 20 overs. Bowling for the Leeward Islands, Tiffany Thorpe 4 overs, 2 for 10, Roselle Leibert 4 overs, 2 for 14, Melissa Clark 4 overs, 1 for 21, Jennison Richards on debut 3 overs, 1 for 20, Tonya Martin 2 overs, none for 15, and captain for the night Soneldo Willett 3 overs, none for 26. So the target for the Leeward Islands 109 in 20 overs. We'll be back in a few minutes with the run chase. Welcome back to the National Stadium at Providence in Guyana on the East Bank. And wonderful conditions continue for cricket. We're about to have the run chase. The Leeward Islands won the toss earlier and asked Trinidad and Tobago to take first strike. That decision seemed to be the perfect one when they were picking up wickets at regular intervals to leave T20 tottering at 36 for the loss of 5 in the 10th over. But then there was a nice partnership of 56 runs between the 18-year-old debutant in Janaba Joseph and the experienced Leanne Kirby. Joseph eventually got to 23, Kirby 26. That really put the Trinidad Tobago score to a decent one. Eventually they got to 108 for 7 from their 20 overs. Captain Anis Mohammed came and hit 2 boundaries late in the innings and saw them over the 100 mark. Good bowling at the start of the innings from Tiffany Thorpe. Finished with 2 for 10, supported by Roselle Leeward. 2 for 14, 1 each for Melissa Clark and debutant Jennison Richards. So Leeward Islands now will have to get 109 runs from their 20 overs in good batting conditions. Nice, cool evening. Fast, big outfield here at Providence. And Trinidad Tobago side looking for their first win. They lost against Jamaica in the opening round. Second match rained out against Guyana. The Leeward Islands will be looking for their first win as well. They've lost both of their encounters, so this one is set up nicely for an exciting finish. To take us through, my name is John Ramsing and I'm joined by my good friend Bikowanya Israel. We'll be calling this one as we see it. So Miko, this one is set up nicely for an exciting finish with Melissa Clark and the debutant in Richards opening the batting, Leanne Kirby with the ball.
Good evening, John, and welcome back to our viewers live from Providence. You know, when the game first started, the projected score was just about 70, but Kirby and the Trinidad batters, they pushed it on, and now the Leewards are chasing 109 for victory. So yeah, it is going to be an exciting match. We got to see how it goes. And it's interesting to see the Leewards bowlers are opening the batting and the Trinidadian batters opening the bowling. Interesting.
So first runs for the Leeward Islands. This one is played off the open face for a single. So off the mark is Melissa Clark. And Leeward Islands won without loss in over number 1.
Yes, they would want to see off the opening bowler, see what the conditions are like, rotate the strike as much as possible, maybe even pick up a couple of boundaries in the power play, because we saw how the Trinidad and Tobago ladies, they struggled in the power play, but they recovered well at the end. So Leewards will want to pace themselves well to just go above the score that the Trinidad and Tobago ladies made.
108, not a big total by any stretch of the imagination, but in the context of the tournament, no team really getting out of the blocks to post any big score. Just Jamaica 133 on the opening night. Since then, no other team got the 3 figures until tonight, round number 3. So despite it's not a big total, 108, in the context of the tournament, it is a decent total.
Yes, it is. And you know, John, from looking at cricket over the years, you know, these small totals tend to be some very exciting games.
Runs as well for Richards. So she's off the mark, 2 without loss.
Nice shot there. Power through the offside. Down to the sweeper. Fielded. That's a good shot. As even Kirby continues her opening over.
Oh, that's well bowled. Good in-one movement. Well played as well. They say good ball, better bat.
Yes, good all-round cricket there. Good ball, better bat. Picking up the single at the end of the over.
First over concluded, 3 runs conceded. So Leon Kirby, as you can see in the replay now, the ball came back sharply and the bat came down in time, but in the gap, and a single was there for the taking. And there was Clark getting her second run. So first over negotiated, you would want to say, because it was a testing one.
Yes, it was. The batter there just caught on the crease, but playing with a straight bat and managed to get it down on time, as you said, through the leg side and picking up the single.
Karishma Ramharak will pick up the attack, bowling from the northern end. I like to see when off spinners bowl with the wind behind their backs. And here's Ramharak coming in from the media center and the northern end of the ground.
With aid, if there's a bit of drift around, you want to use that to try and get an early breakthrough here. Now the Leeward batter equal to the task, and that's Melissa Clark. Cautious as ever, watching the bowler.
So Ramharak, famous name these days. I will tell you why in a moment. This one is swung away into the onside, so runs. Looking for the second sandbag, rightfully so. Feel deep backward square. Whitney Cooper has a very good hand. So return came in very quickly to the striker's end, and the batters were kept to a single. So Ramharak is a household name, and I say household loosely because her sister, Mariah Ramharak, is one of the presenters on Sportsmax in the Zone in the evenings. And Sportsmax in the Zone has been the source for lots of sporting action regionally and internationally. And Mariah Ramharak has been a presenter and has been keeping us up to date with so many events happening. And here's her sister. Nice action and a single. That bat song very woody as it connected with that ball.
Well, thank you for that bit of info there, John. I had no idea. I do watch the Sportsmax whenever I can, and I do enjoy the show. There are a bunch of great presenters. Sportsmax is actually leading the way with sports coverage for the region, but nice to know that this is her sister. I learned something today, and I'm sure our viewers would have learned that as well. Did she play cricket as well?
No, she's into journalism. I first met her quite some time back in Trinidad and Tobago. We were covering the CPL, Caribbean Premier League. Half-hearted appeal, so just 2 runs, 2 singles in the over. The opening over from Ramharak, after 2 overs, set a target of 108. A target of 109. The Leeward Islands 5 without loss.
So it's a good, cautious start by the Leeward Island ladies. They want to see off just this opening attack from the Trinidadians, and keeping it in mind the captain is yet to bowl. So got to mix a bit of aggression with caution. As this is in the context, as you mentioned, in the context of the tournament, this is a huge-ish total.
Kirby continues. When the Leeward Islands started with a new ball, they started with Tiffany Thorpe with seam and Roselle Leibert with some off spin. And now we're seeing a similar tactic being employed with Kirby running in, not as fast as Tiffany Thorpe. And Ramharak at the other end, that one kept a bit low. So the pitch played a bit too paced, we're seeing in the evening.
Yes, it is, but the batter there equal to the task, coming down with a straight bat and keeping that one out.
That's good batting, playing with a straight bat. Earlier today in round number 3, we saw Barbados defeating the Leeward Islands comfortably by 10 wickets, and Jamaica beating Guyana by 7 wickets. Guyana crashing out of the tournament in terms of title contender. 2 matches remaining for the host. On Monday, the Guyanese will take on the Leeward Islands in the final match of the night. Of the day, in fact. That'll be the night game. And then on Tuesday, the next day, take on the Windward Islands, also in a night match. Disappointing campaign, you'd say, once again for the Guyana side. This one is down the leg side. Runs again for the Leeward Islands. It's going to go very close to the boundary and looks as if it's going to be pulled up. Umpire already signaling 4 runs. So bat on that one by Jennison Richards. And the score will now roll over to 9. Just a fine tickle. Enough connection to get it to the boundary.
Yeah, she was able to work that one around. Not a good line there by Corby. Should want to get that ball on the off stump or just outside. But this is what the Leeward Islands need to do. It's a bad ball. Put it away and pick up the runs and get closer to the score. But John, you know, it's sad, bummer, whenever the host of the tournament is not in the title contention anymore. And I'm not speaking only as a Guyanese, but just as a cricket fan. You want that home team to be there contending, showing their other opponents that this is why we're here. This is our home. But unfortunately, it wasn't to be with our Guyanese ladies.
3 overs gone, 10 without loss, chasing 109 for victory. So while Guyana will not be challenging for the title, Barbados and Jamaica remain unbeaten. And one of these teams tonight will register their first win of the tournament as well.
Yes, John, we've already had Barbados Pride winning the men's 4-day tournament. So now the ladies are looking to maybe try and emulate that in the T20 and also in the 50 over. So we have to see how that goes. But congratulations to Barbados Pride, and let's see who goes on to be the winner here in this T20 Blast.
Oh, looking for a suicidal single, a single that was not on Malaysia Clark. I want to put that the other way. The Barbados Pride emulated the Barbados female side because the female side won in 2019 both titles when the tournament was last played right here in Guyana, and we all knew what happened after 2020. So 2019 the women won the tournament, Barbados women. Reverse sweeping, looking to go for the sweep. And she was taking on the helmet, and they're calling for the physio to come out. So it's a protocol situation where once the batter is hit on the head, in this case the helmet as the protective wear, there is that concussion protocol, and it is usually taken very seriously. So the physio of Leeward Islands making her way out into the middle, and I don't think that the batter is in all that discomfort, but protocol is protocol.
Yes, John, and that's very important. You want to ensure that there's nothing wrong, all is well. So the physio is just gonna go through her checks to ensure that there's no, because at times we feel that we can go on and we feel there's nothing wrong with us, but it's always good to have that professional certifications, professional checking work. But nice to see that the physio is off and she's fine, and we're gonna continue with the cricket.
Seems all as well as ends well with Malaysia Clark. Safety is very important. And I was saying, Barbados ladies won in 2019, and then in 2020, just when COVID-19 came, the men were on top of that point table in the regional 4-day tournament, and they became champions in 2020. And now this year they have defended the title after 5 rounds because it's an abbreviated tournament. So the men, I would say, Barbados Pride, emulating the Barbados ladies.
Yeah, that's good to know. That is good to know. And we all know that before that it was dominated by the Guyanese, right? But Barbados now being the winners of 2 consecutive rounds of the tournament. So
Ramarak, in her second over, just a single conceded. Some Malaysia Clark being hit on the head as she was looking for a sweep 2 deliveries ago. It's very quiet going for the Leeward Islands, but they will know what happened with Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago lost wickets very early, but eventually had a late flourish. Nice flighted delivery, and it's going to be out, caught at slip. On the rebound, it was a flighted delivery to start with. The ball hit the keeper off the edge and ballooned to first slip, where Anis Mohammed took the catch quite easily. So Leeward Islands, like I was saying, battling for survival, not giving their wickets away, but they've lost the first wicket with Clark caught at slip for 3, 11 for 1 after 4.
it just looked like she was just reaching for that one a bit there on the replay. You see her feet did not get to the pitch of the ball. She's basically standing with, it looked like her leg was just on the leg stump or outside of that, and just using the hands to try to play that one on the outside, but only managed to get an edge to the waiting hands of the skipper, and the skipper making no mistake with that one. So good stuff there, all wrong by the Trinidad and Tobago ladies. First wicket down, 11 for 1 after 4 overs. And we have a game on.
Rosalie Dollabile, the new batter, very stubborn in her few innings I've seen. But she's going to be at the non-strikers end. 5th over has started and Kirby continues. Runs for the Leeward Islands. So Richards gets 2 at the start of over number 5. 13 now for the loss of 1 wicket.
Dola Bali coming in at number 3. He's going to have to call on all of her skill and experience here to try and get her team home. As they said, as they're looking for the first win of the tournament. I think Trinidad and Tobago are the favorites, so they're going to have their work cut out for them.
This is a quick single being taken. Overthrows now. So 2 runs, 1 very quickly taken, and then the overthrow because there was an opportunity to run out the batter at the non-strikers end. Let's have a look. Ball played into the onside very quickly, and there's Dollabile running for her life, and also Richards, and the return came in, did not hit the woodwork, and they managed to come back for the overthrow. So 2 runs, 15 for the loss of 1.
Yeah, even though it was a close one there, John, it's good to see the positive intent from the ladies from the Leeward Islands. Good, strong, positive, determined running, and that's why they got home, just taking that risk.
Look, this one, there was Dollabile leaving her crease without seeing where the ball has gone. It would have been the call of the batter facing the ball. And Dollabile looking to go for a single that is not on and send back. And there's Richards now looking for a single that is not on. So trying their best to get some runs. Runs very difficult to come by at the moment. The Leeward Islands 15 for 1.
Dollabile backing up there just a little bit too much. Almost got into trouble in the previous delivery, but nothing lost.
This one will be runs. Good feeling by the experienced Brittany Cooper.
I think throughout the tournament, Cooper has been excellent in the field, John. Excellent, attacks the ball, takes her catches. It's wonderful to see.
So Dollabile will take strike for the first time tonight. She's going to be facing up to Kirby. Tobago has had some dodged innings for the Leeward Islands in this tournament. This time it's a very full delivery and appeal for a stumping. As the wicketkeeper looks to square leg umpire Jacqueline Williams. Williams just walking up to her crease. And that's the end of 5 over, a 16 for 1. Let's have a look at the replay.
That was a close one there. Dollabile missing that one. Going through to the keeper. Oh. Very close there to that stump. Umpire Jacqueline Williams saying not out there. Even as the captain Anisa Mohammed was appealing. So after 5 overs, Leeward Islands are 16 for 2. After that cautious start, they were in a bit of a slide right now.
Good evening to you, sir.
Welcome back, Mr. Butzer. So Dollabile has been... So Dollabile is out.
How was she out?
Well, we're just confirming here on the replay. I'm not sure if it was... It looked like they were appealing, facing the...
Square leg umpire, like if
right.
it was a stump.
So it probably... Maybe she was bowled. Oh, that was a hard catch there. Tough chance put down by the skipper Anisa Mohammed as she was diving away to her left. It's all happening out here, Clyde.
Yes, it is. That was a good effort in the slip as well, because I was going down to her left. She dived across, got the hands to it, and was unable to hold on. Got the left hand to it and was unable to hold on to the catch.
In the air, just short of Cooper, who is coming in from the boundary, and rifles in that return to the keeper. So Tiffany Thorpe, new batter, at the crease to face her first ball of the innings.
Driven out on the offside, nice stop, extra cover coming around to the right, feeling well.
So it was just confirmed, Clyde, that Dollabile is out, caught wicketkeeper. It was just interesting that they were oh, wow! What a catch.
Good catch by Anisa Mohammed, diving away to her right, shortish delivery. Batter's back looking to cut the outer edge, and skipper diving to her right, took the catch with both hands. That's a good looking catch after she dropped one earlier. So the Leeward Islands in more trouble right at the moment. Anisa was diving to her right, took the catch with her right hand, and then covered it with her left to make sure it didn't bounce out. Very good catch indeed. Excellent.
That was beautiful cricket. I think she more than made up for that hard chance that she grasped. But that was a beautiful diving catch there by the skipper, setting the example, setting the tone in the field. So Leewards, after having a good start, not losing anything, are now 17 for 3 after 5.4 overs.
Pressure. Trinidad and Tobago has certainly come back well in this game.
It's nice to see the Trinidadian ladies getting on top. They were under the pump as well. I think they had a similar score at this point of their innings, but they managed to fight through the heroics of Corby and even the skipper coming down at the end of the innings. So Leeward would want to remember that and maintain that fight and not just give up at this time.
Good tight stuff from Trinidad and Tobago. First 5 well, 6 overs really, because it's just one delivery left in this over. You're 17 for 3. It's hard to come back from there. When you've lost 3 wickets in the power play, it's almost impossible to come back from a position like that.
Well, early in the game, Trinidad would have shown that it is possible. They would have fought through their bit of quagmire that they were in. So we want to, the Leeward Islands ladies, we want to see if they can emulate that a bit and just add one more better than the Trinidad in total and look for the win today. Even as Kirby now continues the bowling. So Kirby looking to perform her heroics. She already did with the bat, but now she has the ball in hand, Clyde. The all-rounder.
She's bowled well. She's kept things fairly tight. I think what she's done is bowl wicket to wicket. As this is hit. Oh, that's a brilliant effort by Brittany Cooper at mid-on. It was a delivery that was hit hard and going to her right. She dived away to her right, got to it, but was unable to hold on to it. Brilliant effort by Brittany Cooper. And I would say she saved 3 runs.
Yeah, I tell you, Clyde, if she had held on to that, that would have probably been a catch of the tournament thus far. Wonderful diving effort there by the fielder. She's been excellent in the field, as I was just telling John. She's been really excellent in the field. It's good to see. So the
Leanne Corby in her final over, keeping things very tight. She's got 1 for 14, 3.2 overs.
And she's bowling to the skipper of the team. So the skipper would want to be there to guide her team through this time. Playing with a straight bat, sending the ball right back to the bowler, not doing anything erratic. So probably they're just waiting to see off Corby before they maybe even look to step it up a bit. The required run rate now at over 6, so they want to manage that. They won't want it to get too much out of hand.
Easy single. Ball that was just slightly short, outside off stump, was punched out on the offside, and they were able to get an easy single.
Good cricket at this time. Exciting stuff.
Punched out into the offside again, slightly short outside the off stump. Got another single, and Leanne Corby has completed her quota of overs. 4 overs, 1 for 16. Excellent bowling after she had that partnership with the bat. When she bowled, scoring 25. So good game. She's having a very good game for Trinidad and Tobago today.
Yeah, definitely. You know this. She hopes to trouble the selectors. She already troubled the scoreboard more than 1 times tonight. So it's up to, putting that, whispering that something in the ear of the selectors. Hey, see my performance. Look at me performing here. So that's interesting. So now the bowling continues. Kamara Ragubar, new bowler for Trinidad and Tobago.
Just short, pulled away down to backward square, short fielder knocking it down, knocking it out for Cooper, running from deep backward square to field. Easy single. Now that was 2 bad deliveries, and maybe Richards would be disappointed that she didn't put those away to the boundary. This is better bowling just outside the off stump, inviting her to look to play through the offside. Missed the edge.
Yeah, the batter there looking for that cut shot. Just missed it through to the keeper. You want to be careful with that. We've already seen Anisa Muhammad pulling off a wonderful catch in the slip, diving away to her right. So she's just there waiting for any mistake by any of the batters. That's Willett, the skipper. Clyde, any predictions at this time, or are you just gonna wait it out to see how it goes?
Well, my prediction is that Trinidad and Tobago is going to win this one. How much they're going to win by, we'll have to wait and see. They got, the bowling seems to be very tight. When you've got a team 21 for 3 and 8 overs, that certainly means that you're bowling well and the batting side is in some trouble. And I think Leeward Islands here is in some trouble. They have not been able to get the ball the way. They have not been able to rotate the strikers they would have liked. And certainly the Trinidad and Tobago bowling has been very good. Their fielding has been excellent as well. So it's a lot of pressure on the Leeward Island players. And somebody would have to play out of their skin if they're going to win this game, Leeward Islands.
Yeah, Trinidad and Tobago were fortunate to have Kirby coming down there and the skipper and playing just a little mini cameo to bring up the total to 108. So Leeward Islands will be looking for one of their teammates to maybe pull off a similar feat. As the new bowler comes in, the left arm, Steffi Sugrim.
And how did that miss the stump? That was a delivery that was pitched up. She was swinging across hard. Missed it completely. And it just missed the off stump.
That was a big heave by the batter there, Richards. Big heave.
Well, maybe if she had hit that, we would have seen the first 6 for the night. She's working this one down to fine leg and is going to get an easy single.
Umpire Mokan just having a word there with Richards as she ran straight down the center of the pitch on the protected area, and that's a no-no in cricket. The umpires are very watchful these days, not allowing
what
anything.
are the penalties though for that?
Well, you're given a warning, and if you continue, then it's penalty runs actually. And the warning for the batting team applies throughout the innings. So when one batter is warned, it's considered a warning for the entire team.
So for the entire batting team.
Correct. So if another batter comes, and they do it again, that's the second warning for the entire team.
So the third time you do it.
Third time, and then it's penalty runs.
And how much is the first penalty runs?
5 penalty runs.
This is gonna be close. That was a delivery pitched up just about off stump, maybe just turning a little, and would have missed the off stump. As we look at the replay here, I think that would have just turned a little and missing the off stump. Well, pitched up, she was playing right across that delivery.
Yeah,
this time she's having a big heave, and it's a misfield by Kirby. Well, she's human after all. She's made her first mistake for the evening.
But it's interesting to know that fact. Going back to that decision on Umpire Moken, with a tight decision there, it was very close. On the front foot, maybe as you said, just enough turn there to have the umpire question that decision, whether it was going to hit the stump or not. But not out signal, not out by Umpire Moken.
Well bowled again, ball pitched up full on Midland leg, got the inside edge, went down to fine leg, and they've taken 2 runs. So end of a good over, good first over. The left arm spinner keeping things tight, not giving the batters any room at all to score any sort of runs. This is good bowling, good tight stuff by the Trinidad and Tobago bowlers.
Yeah, good tight stuff indeed. It's 9 overs down, 26 to 3. So Leeward would want to get a move on this total because they're chasing 109 runs. We're almost at that halfway mark and they're only at 26. What can they do now, Clyde?
Well, they've got to try and step things up. They've got to start scoring.
Yeah, singles alone won't do it at this point. Got to get that push on. The run rate is steadily climbing. It's over 7 runs per over now that's needed. And the current scoring rate is just under 3 runs per over. So there is that gap. Oh.
That wasn't a very good run. She got there, but certainly that was a dangerous run. That was pushed out to extra cover. The fielder coming across, picked up clean. I think she made a hesitation on which end to throw, and hence the batter was able to get back in time because the throw wasn't that good either. Had that throw been over the bails, I just think it dropped in front of the wicket keeper and she didn't collect clean.
Yeah, just a bit of lapse there. So Trinidad will want to refocus and try to seal off this game as early as possible. The captain there being very cautious, not looking to give her wicket away as we approach the halfway mark of the innings.
He's going back, looking to push out on the onside, raps on the pad, loud appeal. Not out, says the umpire.
Yeah, that one looked like it was just going down the leg side, Clyde. Plus
Yes.
maybe a bit too high.
It was just going down, just turning down the leg side. Outside the off, some quicker delivery. End of the 10th over, 27 for 3. Certainly not scoring and looking to get runs as we take a short break and we'll be back.
All right.
Welcome back. As the ground staff was trying to take off some of that chew off the ground using the rope, to try and see how much they could take off some water off the surface of the outfield. As I say, welcome back to John Ramsing as well, who went off and had a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, was it?
Some chocolate, some hot chocolate, Mr. Butts.
That would put you to sleep.
It's a nice cool night. You cannot sleep when cricket is exciting. This is a gripping battle with Trinidad and Tobago and the Leeward Islands. Interesting. After 10 overs, 27 for 3, the Leeward Islands in the run chase. At the same stage, Trinidad and Tobago were 39, but had lost 5 wickets.
This is outside the off stump. Played back past the bowler, down to mid-on. Doesn't get a run.
So we see the Leeward Islands, they're 8 runs behind, 2 wickets less. But quality of the rest of the batting is the main issue.
This is hit away over wide mid-on. It's going to go into the boundary for 4 runs. And maybe they've heard you and deciding that they're going to show that they can step up a little, because that was full on the stumps really, but was timed beautifully and hit wide of mid-on over into the boundary for 4. But again, it just depends on the quality of the players that are out, the quality of the bowling that you're facing, and can you get a partnership like Trinidad and Tobago had? I think if you can certainly put some more pressure on the Trinidad and Tobago team.
And one way they can do that is to score. If they get the boundary, yes, but try to rotate the strike as well. So Grim in her second over, none for 9. Cleaned up. After hitting the boundary, after the water break, and now she's lost her stump. .31 for the loss of 3 now at the start of
31 for 4.
4 now, yes.
Well, yes, 31 for 4. That was a delivery that was just slightly short of her length. She was going back, giving herself room to hit through the offside. It was straight on the stumps, didn't bounce, didn't turn, slide on, and she was bowled middle stump. So well bowled by Sugrim, keeping it fairly tight after being hit over mid-wicket for that 4, just pulling the length back a bit, and there it is. She's got no reward.
So wicket number 4 going down in the 11th over, and once again, just after a break, we're seeing another wicket going down. It is a trend around the world that after a break, a wicket goes down. Well set batter at that.
How come?
It's a loss, sometimes a loss of concentration. Sometimes the plan that they had going into the water break is changed, and that's why sometimes you see a different type of approach, and then wicket will tumble.
Yeah, I think in this case, obviously, when they had the break, there may have been a message come out. Look, somebody needs to step up. Somebody needs to get on with things a little bit more, because we're way behind the asking rate.
Therese Parker's a new batter. Oh, she has a good first delivery. Quick one from Sugrim. Sugrim has just picked up her first wicket. She has joined Ramharak and Kirby in the wickets column. So Jennison Richards dismissed. Back over the head of the bowler, runs this time again for the Leeward Islands. The wicketkeeper batters off the mark, and it's going to run very close to the boundary, but will be cleaned up by Brittany Cooper. You just can't keep Cooper out of this game. 2 more runs to the Leewards. Parker off the mark.
Yeah, she's an excellent fielder, Brittany Cooper. Normally she's very quick in the outfield as well. As we saw her chasing down that delivery. Maybe another fielder, it might have trickled into the boundary, but with Brittany Cooper, you know she's going to chase that right down. She's got a good arm. So most of the times you cannot look for that extra run. This is played back with a square in the air, and she's dive forward and takes a good catch. That was a delivery outside the off stump. Some batter was going back looking to hit it pass backward point, she dived forward. And certainly that was an excellent catch again by the fielder. We were waiting to see who it was, but certainly that was a brilliant catch. And that's what win you games. Those type of catches do win you game. We did see Anisa Mohammed earlier on taking that catch at first slip, diving to her right. Now, we'll dive into her, coming forward and diving in front of her and slightly to the left, and was able to take a very good catch indeed.
They always say catches win matches, and no pressure really on Trinidad and Tobago at the moment. Seem to have this under control. Looks like Rachel Vincent, in fact, coming up with that catch.
Very good one at that as well. Very, very good catch. Leeward, new batter. But she's not facing at the moment, as that was the end of the over. And end of Sugram's last over, in which she got 2 wickets.
Yes, a double strike in that over. Now we see Sugram joining Ramharak with 2 wickets. Kirby has 1.
Well, the umpire is having a little word with the 2 batters in the middle. I don't know what it is, but everything seems to be all right. She called them together, had a little word. Now they're ready again. The good delivery, turned on the onside. She's going to get that single. Well run. That was a well run single as the ball was played down to a short fine leg. Fielder coming in quickly but was unable to stop that single. And sometimes that's what happens. When you go straight away, you're able to take those singles. Good calling, good response.
5 wickets down in the over number 12 now. You'll say the cream of the batting is back in the pavilion. So the rest of this batting now, either they can spring a surprise or bat out the rest of their overs. .34 for 5 doesn't look good at all. Doesn't make good reading, but Trinidad and Tobago were 36 for 5.
Yes, but then you had Leanne Kirby and Joseph, who was batting at the time, who batted nearly right through the innings, batted pretty well. So she supported more or less until she got down to the end when she tried to play 1 or 2 big shots.
That was a bit too close to cut for Leeward. Still trying to be positive, trying to play some shots. So Leeward Islands lost their opening round and the second round matches. Oh, playing across the line and will get a single. The wicketkeeper did not collect cleanly. Signaled by umpire Jacqueline Williams. So was that Leeward not off the mark? But rotation in the strike. And Willett, the captain for this game, is on strike now. It's a very quiet passage of play now. I don't think they're going for the runs anymore. They're losing wickets. They're trying to rebuild the Leeward Islands. Good bowling. Good bowling from Raghubar. So that's our 3rd over being completed. 12 gone. And at the end of 12, 35 for 5.
Good tight gripping stuff from the Trinidad and Tobago bowlers. But at the same time, the Leeward Island batters seems unable to get on with things, to really rotate the strike and maybe hit a few boundaries, because at this time I think they would need quite a few boundaries if they're going to challenge the Trinidad and Tobago score.
So it's a good bowling pair as well. Steffi Sugrim and Kamaro Raghubar in operation. Left arm spin from the southern end of the ground. That's banged away nicely. But who else is in the way? Then Brittany Cooper coming off the long on boundary. The tournament is now set up nicely. Monday we'll have what we may see as a final match of the tournament so far. Two unbeaten teams, Barbados and Jamaica. They will take the field very early on Monday morning. Barbados and Jamaica both winning their 3 matches to date. So one of those teams will end up in a
lose the game unless it's rained out.
Oh yeah. The second match will bring together the Trinidad and Tobago side that is in the field tonight against the Leeward Islands. And the match to end the round 4 will be Guyana, the host, against Leeward Islands. And for the first time, we'll be having back-to-back matches and back-to-back rounds. Round 5 will be played on Tuesday, the very next day. Jamaica and Leewards in the opening encounter. Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago in the second game. And Guyana again against the Leeward Islands in the night. Lots of bottom hand in that shot. So Grim, 2 singles at the start of the over. 2 for 13. She's impressive. The call is 1, down to long on again.
What Sugrim does is she bowls wicket to wicket. She doesn't try a lot of stuff. She's not a really big spinner of the ball. Now and again she does get the odd ball to turn, but she's consistently bowling that wicket to wicket length. And she does give the ball a little bit of air, inviting the batters to try and come after her. But most of the batters we've seen, they just stand one place and try and hit her over mid-on.
So over completed. 39 now for 5 after 13 overs. So 7 overs to go in this contest. 5 wickets in hand.
60? You think they're going to get about 60 or thereabouts?
No.
Well, I had said before the innings started maybe we'll get 60. There was a little bet out that side. I wouldn't say who said 50 and who said 21, but
Yeah.
certainly it looks as if they may get to that 60 mark. 39, that's still a lot of runs to go. 21, the way they're going at the moment.
Yeah. Overall target is 70 runs away from 42 deliveries. So lots of work still to be done if they're going to get anywhere close to 109 that they require for victory. And there's a change in bowling from the northern end. The debutante is having her first opportunity with the ball. Earlier we saw her with the bat. Janaba Joseph. Joseph in that big partnership of 56 runs with Kirby. Joseph on debut made 23. Straight approach, medium pace. Will have taken on the pad, but half-hearted appeal, I think, only from the wicket keeper. So it's a little all-round in the making in Janaba Joseph.
And I think she's somewhere about 17 or 18 or thereabouts.
18-year-old, that was confirmed.
Maybe she's one for the future as well, you know, and whether she will be eligible for the Under-19 World Cup coming up, we'll just have to wait and see. Certainly it's nice to see 1 or 2 players, you know, that playing in this competition that would be available to West Indies for the World Cup. I think I've seen, if she is eligible, that's the third one. The Windward Islands batter that looked very good this morning, batted well. Left-hander played.
James, young James, yeah.
Batted very well. The off-spinner from Guyana, Muniswar, pretty well as well. So, and she is not a bad batter as well, Muniswar. So, again, I think that there can be some capable players around for the World Cup, and it's nice to see the younger players coming through as well.
Yes, she looks good. Janaba Joseph, 18 years old, and the Under-19 regional tournament will be played in Trinidad and Tobago sometime in July as well. So more cricket for those that are still under 19
Eligible.
years old.
That's a full toss. Wide outside the off stump. No ball signal by the umpire. So that's 1 for height.
Yes, no ball for height. Looking for the extra pace, looking for the Yorker maybe.
And we've seen quite a few full toss in this competition so far that has
Lots.
been called no
Yeah.
ball. From both spinners and seamers.
Free hit.
Unable to get it away to the boundary, headed out to short mid-wicket. Brittany Cooper came in from deep mid-wicket. Stop any chance of a second run.
So when Trinidad and Tobago were batting, they got 11 boundaries, 11 fours in their innings. So far, just 2 boundaries off the bat of Jonathan Richards, who's dismissed. So not getting the boundaries, even off the free hit. Very difficult times for the Leeward Islands.
And 2 boundaries in 14 overs, you gotta say. There's just 1 delivery left to complete the 14 overs. So that's good tight stuff from Trinidad and Tobago.
Not very often in T20 cricket you see 2 boundaries scored after 14 overs of action.
I think we're gonna get 4 wides. So we've got 5 wides, so that's a boundary for you. 5 extras. As that was down the leg side, kept a little low as well. So it was very difficult for the wicketkeeper to get to. So, and the score moves on to 47 for 5.
Yeah, and extras as well making its contribution. 9 extras in the innings. But the 2 form teams, Barbados and Jamaica. Healthy edge. Not out. I thought I heard something there, Mr. Butts.
Yeah, this was a delivery that was short, wide outside the off stump. She was looking to hit it through cover and just missed it. And the umpire said there was not an edge. So,
47 for the loss of 5 wickets, 14 gone.
yeah, and talking about the Giants on Monday morning, that would be a good game. And it's a
Yeah.
pity that maybe we're not going to see a lot of people coming to see that game because you've got the West Indies captain on one side, I think the West Indies vice captain on the other side. So that would have been a good game. And 2 teams that are in form. Jamaica is the only team that has scored over 100. Well, sorry, because Trinidad and Tobago scored 100 tonight. But they have got the highest score in the competition so far. They have looked good with the ball as well. They have looked good in the field. And Barbados certainly looked very good with the ball. Yes, they won today by 10 wickets where the 2 batters got a good knock. But apart from those 2, the batting still looks a little brittly once Haley Matthews goes a little early. So I think they would be thinking that their batters need to come good. Their bowling is good. They've got experience, they've got some pace, so their bowling is certainly good. So we just have to wait and see.
But I think both camps will be looking at the extras, the number of extras they've given away. Both sides guilty of letting too many wides go and then even not taken by the keeper. So buys being given as well.
Yeah, I think they will have to tighten on those if they, and that might play a crucial role in one side winning the game as well. But I think when you look at the 2 sides, I just think Stephanie Taylor is struggling a little, and that may give the Barbadians a little bit of an edge. What are your thoughts, though? Who are you picking?
Well, I'll tell you a trend I've noticed, and then I'll tell you, without even answering your question, based on the trend, what the answer will be. So, Grim in our final over, 4 dot balls so far. We've been saying it's not always the start of the over, it's the finish. Let's see if Sogrim can finish well. 2 for 15 so far. Left arm spin up. Steffi Sogrim. So down to the end of her spell now. Leeward, the captain, is on strike. Ooh, that's a wide.
Well, I think you said it. Let's see how she will finish, and she's bowled a wide. And we're talking about those extras and the game coming up on Monday that could play a big part. I think you've got to try and tighten those. You don't want to be giving away that much extras, especially if a game is going to be tight.
Over the head of the fielder, that's Joseph trying to get a catch, but it went just over her head. And that's the end of Sugram's fourth over. 4 overs, 2 for 17. Well bowled. But in the context, you would say that not a lot of pressure when she started to bowl.
Yeah, I don't think she has been under much pressure. She has bowled well. She did bowl well in the first game that she played as well, and kept things fairly tight against Jamaica. I think she was one of the better bowlers. And she's come back here today and has bowled well, and she certainly is one for the future.
So, Mr. Butts, it's 9:30. I heard your alarm saying that it's time for you to go to nap. Good night, Mr. Butts. So we continue the action. Changing the commentary personnel. Mr. Butts has gone off. And once again, Miko Wanya Israel is with us for the final 5 overs of this encounter. 49 for 5. That's played back past the bowler. Runs for the Leeward Islands. They're gone for 1 so far, at least 2 runs. As Joseph continues, this is her second over now. So the teenager, Janaba Joseph, and 2 runs, bringing up the 50 runs for the Leeward Islands in over number 16. They're 51 for 5. Hello, Make You Wanya.
Hello, John. John, did you sing Rockabye to Clyde as he left?
Yes, it's time for Clyde to... He's had a long day.
Yes, it was 3 matches today. And, that has been the way how the tournament has been operating each day for the T20 Blast. It's 3 matches a day. 1 match in the morning starts at 10, the second match in the afternoon, and then the final match in the evening. And it is now 9:32 here in Guyana at the Providence Stadium. Leeward Islands 52 for 5, chasing down Trinidad's 108. Seems like an uphill task at this point, but they will have to try their best to get close to that total. And shots like these is going to help the cause for the Leeward Island ladies. That was a beautiful lofty drive, beating the mid-off fielder, going down to the boundary for 4. It was in the air, but just away from the fielder. There is no protection, straight, no long on or long off. So into the boundary for 4. Good captain, good shot there by the captain, Willett.
Yeah, but just lots more to be done. More boundaries they will need if they're going to get close to 109. But once again, just too short from Joseph. So giving away his free runs at the running. They had to really step on the gas there. Almost made a meal of that one, Leeward.
Yeah, it was a tight run in there, but they're pushing to see what they can do. Is it a case of just a bit too little too late? With now 52 runs needed from just 26 balls? 26 balls, yeah. Is it a little too late, John Ramsey?
52 runs, 26 ball. That's 12 runs and over. 2 runs per ball. When you look at it that way, yes, it's a tall order for the Leeward Islands, lower order because the top order gone already. 5 wickets in the hut. Melissa Clark gone for 3. Rosalie Dollabile, no score. Tiffany Thorpe, no score. And Therese Parker, the wicketkeeper batter, 2. Just Jennison Richards with 24 looked good from her 32 deliveries, but all back in the pavilion. Wickets at 11, 16, 17, 31, 33. Now we're seeing a little bit of a fight back, a good partnership between Roselle Leeward, who's on 7, and her captain, Willett. And they're playing more shots now, just not getting the type of runs they're looking for. That's 16 gone, 4 overs still to go, 57 for 5. The Leeward Islands set a target of 109.
Yeah, John, you would think that outside of the opening power play of this match, when the Leeward Island ladies were on top, after Trinidad made that recovery, you would think that Trinidad would have been on top, dominating this game from that point on. And it seems as though they had not let go of that upper hand. It's just been good batting at that time and now in the field. You know, as we see the skipper about to take the ball to continue.
Anis Mohammed will have her first ball of the night. Very experienced campaigner, Anis Mohammed, replacing Steffi Sugrim, who's completed her spell. 4 overs, 2 for 17. Starts with a very short ball, but not dispatched.
Just dragging that one down with wide of the arm stump. A bit of swipe from the batter there. Leeward. And Nisa hops and skips in.
This time much fuller. Also the cross batted shot, but straight to Mohammed. Straight to Joseph at mid wicket. Straight to her, in and out. This time the similar type of delivery, just back of a length, and Leeward again looking for the big shot and got it into the hands of Joseph at that straight mid wicket region. In and out, just could not hold on. Chance given, not taken.
Yeah, just popped out there. She just couldn't hang on to that one. That would have been a nice catch. Yeah.
We're seeing lots of turn from Anisa Mohammed with the ball in heavy dew at Providence.
Yeah.
Agricultural setting generally here at Providence.
Yeah. On the east coast of, on the east bank of Guyana, my apologies.
So with the turn, short delivery this time, and this time we'll get the single Leeward, beating that short field at mid wicket, but cannot beat Ramarak, who's on the deep mid wicket boundary.
Yeah. It's a
Testing over so far from Mohammed. Not a short ball. This time we'll get the treatment. Too short. And different batter in Willett, and she gets the boundary to end 17 overs with a 4. So Leeward Islands 62 for a loss of 5.
Yeah, Willett has been there for quite a while, so her eyes, she's in, she's set, so she's seen it as like a beach ball, as they would say. And it's a 16 from 32. So Anisa, the captain, just dropping short there, and she pounced on that, putting that away through the leg side, square, 4 runs. Wonderful shot.
So good night to all of you in the Leeward Islands and Willett. That name resonates with those from Nevis, from the Twin Island Federation, St. Kitts and Nevis, El Camino, Tonito, and now Soneldo. Willett.
You know, John, there's Guyanese all over. Yeah,
Oh yeah, so let's
Antigua, Nevis, St. Kitts, all over. So, you know, it's probably like a home game for the Leeward Island, Leeward Island ladies, and even the Trinidadian ladies.
Oh yeah.
So
It's one Caribbean.
So is it really an advantage, Guyana? Is it really?
Hello to everyone in St. Kitts and Nevis. And my good friend Lennox Herbert and his family in Nevis. Ramharak comes back into the attack. This is the 18th over of the innings, so the asking rate now has gone close to 16 runs and over.
You would think with 5 wickets in hand, you know, Leeward would just want to throw some caution to the wind and attack the bowling. But
Caution to the wind indeed. And this time she's going to be out caught. Looking to go for the big shot over extra cover. And got the leading edge. The ball ballooned into the air and into the hands of Lord at backward point. Ramharak gets her third wicket. Now 3 for 4 in her final over. And the Leeward Islands losing Leeward for 8, 62 for 6.
So a nice catch taken there by Chanel Lord in the air under the lights, but she kept her composure and took a nice catch to get rid of Leeward, who seems just a bit furious that her innings has come to an end. Shows her fighting spirit and wanting to do well for her team. The new batter this time for the Leeward Islands is Arshima Freeman. Handed batter up to face Ramo.
That's Arshina Freeman, the new batter.
Yeah.
But Karishma Ramharak is in a good spell. Well, coming down towards the end of her spell. So we mentioned Nevis. I was given a tour of Nevis when I was there. And in about 50 minutes, I got back to the starting point. And that's no exaggeration. Not because my friend was driving fast. It's a very tiny island, but beautiful. Past the Four Seasons Resort, there's a golf club there. Went down what you call downtown in the capital. It's really a nice area. Where you take the boat to go across to St. Kitts. And at one point in the island, you can see Antigua and also Montserrat. That part of the island, they call it back of the land, but they don't say it's so slow.
Interesting. So what you're saying, John Ramsing, is that the time that I take to do a walk around the national park, you would have already completed the island of Nevis? So.
An island tour. There's a little airport there as well. Sometimes when you're driving on the northern side of the island, aircrafts will be taking off or landing. It's really a nice little island.
Interesting. I really hope to be there at some point.
Yeah, lovely beaches.
Yes.
And there's a famous a bee sting, I think it is. It's called. It's a cocktail. This one is through the keeper. Runs again for the Leeward Islands. Is going to run close to the boundary. We'll get there now. Buys signaled by the umpire. So Leeward Islands getting some runs, some free runs. 6-6 now for 4.
Yes, and the ladies from the Leeward Islands is going to take it anywhere it comes. It's a tough task at this point, but runs are still runs. 6-6 for 6 with a required run rate of almost 20. So they would need a flurry of boundaries, not only that one, but need a flurry of boundaries to even get close to the Trinidad and Tobago total. A false start there by the bowler Ramharak. Just gonna go back to her mark and come again. Getting that one to just move across the left-handed batter. She did not know much about that. Tried to pray across the line, but missing the ball entirely. So Leeward Islands on a bit of a struggle here. After 18 overs, they are 6-6 for 6, chasing 109. Trinidad and Tobago total of 108. So they need 109 to win at this point.
So Ramharak, 4 overs, 3 for 4. Her work for the night is done. This one is banged away. Good feeling by Kirby. Oh, wonderful feeling to her left. Good determination.
Yeah, Kirby throwing her all behind that ball. Very athletic, stockily built fielder from Trinidad and Tobago, throwing their all. I find that these Trinidad and Tobago fielders, they're very athletic in the field. I think the fielding standard by the women, it has been really good. Would you agree with me there, John?
I do agree. All sixes on the board now. And more runs. I think in sometimes damp conditions, now in dew conditions, we're seeing the feeling to be outstanding.
Yes, you would. You see during the interval the ground staff working to get some of the moisture off of the ground. It's never easy out there. Again, we see the bowler throwing herself around. There's good dedication by the women. Beautiful cricket all around.
Kamaro Raghubar. This one is tugged away into the onside, almost carrying into the hand of Joseph, the hands of Joseph, who continues to make that short mid-wicket position her own. So Raghubar, 2 runs in the over, her final over, as the Leewards trying their level best, I must say their level best, to get runs. Looking for the boundary, they got one in the last over via extras. Just can't find the gaps. There's an appeal for a leg before. Pitching outside the leg stump.
Yes, so we have a wonderful vantage point here in our little box. And that one just seemed to be pitching outside the leg stump. Of course, an energetic appeal by the fielding side as per norm, but the umpires have got to stay focused and not be sucked into that.
That's a repeat of the previous delivery. And that will be the end of the over. So wonderful figures, very economical. 4 overs, 1 maiden, 4 runs, no wicket however. 1 over to go. Leeward Islands, 68 for 6.
Well, as they say, John, it's now or never. So 4 wickets in hand, you've got to go for it. It's no point keeping the wickets in hand in a losing cause.
Well, for the 1 runs needed from the final over, mathematically it's very difficult as well. You have to get lots of extras wide, maybe with the 4 byes, no ball for a free hit, and then that 4-1 can have a chance.
I was just looking around on the ground, John. There's no helmet on the ground there to even try to get some penalty run somewhere or something. There's nothing, so it's just gonna have to be boundaries.
So Anisa Mohammed, the captain, who finished with the bat to give the innings a late push, will be finishing with the ball. This is her second over. In the air. He's going to fall safe as 2 fielders converge. Deep mid-wicket and the mid-wicket run in. 1 running forward, 1 running back. And the ball falls right between them. So 6 and 9 now for the loss of 6. Mohammed in her second and final over.
Yeah, so she is gonna wrap up this innings, and you know it's good to see she's still meticulous in her field setting, even in such a uphill task that the Leeward Islands are facing. She still ensured that her fielders are all in the right place.
So the Trinidad Tobago ladies will play their next game on Monday. Everyone will play on Monday. They will play against the Windward Islands, while Guyana will take on the Leeward Islands. The first match of the day will be Jamaica against Barbados, followed by the Windward Islands and Trinidad and Tobago. Then the Leeward Islands against Guyana. That's Monday, when the tournament will continue with round 4 matches. The very next day will be the conclusion of the tournament with round 5 matches. Jamaica against the Leeward Islands, Barbados against Trinidad and Tobago, and the Windward Islands against Guyana, in that order.
So lots of action still remaining in this tournament. It's been a great tournament so far. Good energetic stuff by the ladies. The only hindrance has been the weather, but that's nature.
Down to the final delivery, and they're looking for runs still, the Leeward Islands, as the ball is played uppishly but not taken. So that's the end of the game. Anisa Mohammed finishing 2 overs, none for 7. and the Leeward Islands 70 for the loss of 6 from their 20 overs, with victory for Trinidad and Tobago by 38 runs in the end. Very comfortable. At one stage they were 36 for 5 and they were in all sorts of trouble. Got to 108 for the loss of 7 wickets. They really weathered the storm, and then now bowling out, well, not bowling out, they're restricting the Leeward Islands to 70 for a comprehensive 38 run victory.
Yes, John, it has been a good match with some up and downs. It's nice to see the energy by the Leeward Islands ladies when they were in the field. They had Trinidad on the ropes in the early part of their innings, but Trinidad recovered well to take their total up to 108, the second triple figure score of the tournament. And then in the field they just completed the deal. A dominating performance led by Anisa Mohammed, and it was just too much of an uphill task for the Leeward Island ladies. So they will have to learn from this match, and the best of luck to them in their upcoming games.
So that's parting words from Mikowanya Israel. Let's go through a quick summary of what happened today. The Leeward Islands won the toss and opted to bowl first. Trinidad and Tobago got 108 for 7 from their 20 overs, thanks to debutante Janaba Joseph, 23, 26 from Leanne Kirby, 17 from Chanel Lord, 14 from Anisa Mohammed. In the end, 2 wickets apiece. So Tiffany Thorpe, Roselle Leeward, 1 to Melissa Clark, Jennison Richards as well. In reply, the Leeward Islands 70 for 6 from their 20 overs. Melissa Clark 3, Jennison Richards 24, Rosalie Dollabile no score, Tiffany Thorpe no score, Sineldo Willett captain for today 7 not out, Therese Parker 2, Roselle Leibert a fighting 4 in the end, not out. And bowling for the victorious Trinidad and Tobago side, Leanne Kirby with a new ball, 4 overs 1 for 16. Karishma Ramharak 4 overs 1 maiden, 3 wickets for 4 runs. Kamaro Ragobar 4 overs 1 maiden, none for 5. Steffi Sogrim 4 overs no maiden, 2 for 17. Janaba Joseph 2 overs, none for 16, and Anisa Mohammed the captain 2 overs, none for 7. In the end, victory by 38 runs for Trinidad and Tobago over the Leeward Islands. But if you want to give a player of the match, we have contenders including Karishma Ramharak 3 for 4, Steffi Sogrim 2 for 17, Joseph, who bowled 2 overs, none for 16 on debut, also made 23 when she batted. But I think Leanne Kirby 26 in a big partnership with Joseph, and then with the ball 1 for 16 from 4 could be a shoe-in for the player of the match, Leanne Kirby. Your thoughts, and we wrap things up tonight.
It was a dominating performance by the Trinidad ladies overall. They had a really good game. I think also they would want to build from this, get that momentum going to finish the tournament in a very positive way. They would have had a rough start due to the conditions, some unfortunate cricket for them. But it's good to see that they got their first win. So they will now look to build from this. On the other hand, the Leeward Islands, they will want to take away as much as they can, learn the lessons that was on offer during this game, and just hope for a better showing and finish the tournament on a positive note, so that they can, when they leave, they have something to take away and even prepare for future tournaments.
So that's the voice of Mikowanya Israel. And that's the end of our broadcast for today. Round 3 matches. Victory for Barbados over the Windward Islands, victory for Jamaica over Guyana, and victory for Trinidad and Tobago over the Leeward Islands, all in round 3. Monday will be round 4. Like I said, with the matches to play. Jamaica against Barbados, Windward Islands against Trinidad and Tobago, Leeward Islands against Guyana. And we hope that you can join us for coverage of those matches right here from the National Stadium at Providence in Guyana. My name is John Ramsing on behalf of Mikowanya Israel and Clyde Butts and our support staff, wishing you well for the rest of the night and saying goodbye for now.